Windsor is a vibrant, dynamic community with a wide array of intriguing businesses and interesting people. See what new businesses are coming to town. Hear about restaurants you haven't been to before. Learn the latest tips and tricks of technology. Find out what's happening around town. Get it all here on Windsor Today.
Good morning. I'm Jane Garibay, Executive Director of the Windsor Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Marty McMahon, President of the Windsor Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to Windsor Today.
Marty, we have a very special feature today where we're going into Hartford on Pratt Street to the Metro Hartford Alliance, and we're going to interview Oz Griebel. And Jerry Wistrom, one of our chamber members from All Out Coaching, is over there with Oz now to tell us what it is and how it can help business and people.
That's great. Thank you, Jerry, for that report. What we'd like to talk about now is an upcoming event for the Chamber. It's actually a fundraiser we have, and it's exciting and it's a blast. It's the Windsor Feud, and it's held down in the council chambers. And Jane, tell us what's the date this year?
The date this year is February 24th, which is different from most years because it's a Saturday evening. It's going to begin at 5 o'clock, and it's going to be live on Win TV on Channel 5.
And this is kind of our own version of the Jerry Lewis Telethon. We have a live broadcast on Win TV, and you, the audience, can actually call in and enjoy the program and hopefully pledge for the team that you think's doing the best.
Right, and we already have 5 teams signed up this year. We're looking for 5 more. We have Four Seasons Landscaping, Spring Street Service Center, Windsor Federal. They sign up a team for the students up at the high school, which is kind of nice to bring in different. The Kiwanis Club has signed up, and a few more. But we're really excited. It is a lot of fun, not just to watch, but to come down and volunteer that evening. To participate. You don't have to be a business to do a 4-member team. You know, just get 4 people together. There is a $100 entry fee. It is a fundraiser, and then you hope that your family and friends pledge in and get your team up to par. You
know, Jerry Wistrom, who just did our last report, is actually our MC for the event. And he's kind of our own Richard Dawson. He does a really good job.
He's actually better, and they've tried to steal him from us, but he likes it so much with us that he doesn't go on to the big screen.
And the studio they put together down in the chamber offices is amazing.
Gary Dogowitz and his team, and he has some great people like Jim Jubry helping them, and they make it. You really can't tell the difference with the lighting, etc. And they put in a lot of time and effort. All volunteer on their own time, and it's just awesome.
Well, we're looking forward to that. And again, what's the date for that, Jane?
The date for that is February 24th at 5 p.m. on Channel 5 Win TV.
Great. Well, our next segment is we're going to have some shocking information from John Waveris with our Tech Discovery.
Hi, I'm John Waveris from Tech Discovery. This month we're here at Evolution Electric going to talk to Joseph Jonas and Joe Adams. And if you remember back to January, that's when the electrical increase happened. And people have been asking me, how can I save electricity using technology? And I'll tell you, it actually is a lot easier than you think. A few months ago we were at Loomis and I was talking about something called a kilowatt. This is a device that allows us to track the electrical usage of any one thing in the house. But this month I'm going to have them install something very similar, but for the whole house. This is called a TED. They go for about $150. Installation, of course, is extra. And let's go say hi. Hi, Joseph.
Hey,
Joe. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for meeting with me.
Thanks for coming.
Nice to meet you. So, how's it going here? I'm at Evolution Electric here in the old Lucinda's shop.
Yeah.
How's business?
Good. It's going really well. We've been here for about a year, almost a year now.
Yeah.
And business is doing really good. We're over. Previously, we were over in Dudleytown Road in Bloomfield. We moved over here because we really wanted to start taking care of residential clientele because we take care of industrial and commercial as well.
And it's not just the two of you, is it?
No, there's actually 11 of us, and very extravagant amount of experience. Joe Adams has been in the trade 30 years. I've been in the trade 28. And just a bunch of experienced, really good guys, great electricians.
Excellent, excellent. And I think everyone in town knows your trucks.
Yeah, basically, yeah. They're starting to. I'm getting a lot of rapport off of the trucks, and they're known around call us first. Our prices won't check. You were 23 and a half hours service.
That's my favorite. The 23.
Yeah, we do need a lunch. We try. It's been great here with the visibility right on the main road here in Pequannock Avenue, and we get walk-ins every day. People driving by, or people drive by and jot down a number and calling in. And our trucks, we're trying to maintain visibility throughout the town and provide a good community service. We're looking to establish that locally. So the move here has been very fulfilling, and we're trying to keep customers happy in the town here as well.
Excellent. You're doing a good job of that.
Thank you.
Now, January, I just got my first electric bill from the new pay increase. Was it a big rate increase this month, or?
Yeah, I believe it went up about 17%.
Wow.
And that's just this month. But there's a lot of ways that you can stop that and save money on your home.
Okay.
First one would be the easiest way is to take your energy efficient light bulbs, which is a fluorescent, it's a Durb, right? And this is equivalent to a 60-watt light bulb, and it draws actually 14 watts. So if you take these and you replace every incandescent light in your house, you're saving a substantial amount of money at the end of the month. A lot of our customers, we do recommend using them, and I would say 3/4 of our customers do use these.
Oh, wow.
So.
Okay. What other types of customers? You mentioned that you used to do commercial.
Well, we still do. We're varied. That's one thing. We have versatility. We're into the residential market, which we can do anything, any electrical problems throughout the house. The commercial, we have many jobs. We do a lot with local businesses, and we're always bidding on job, and also the industrial aspect into the shops and plants. We have a security division now that we install security cameras. We can do your whole house with alarm systems, and we're also doing monitoring for customers so that we can monitor when the calls are coming in as well. One thing I want to reiterate, Joe, about the energy bulbs, that's a key right there. Yeah. And people, you're gonna have to wait the month to see how much it actually cuts your costs down, but you'd be surprised. The only way to make this work is not to change 1 or 2 bulbs, but to do the whole house so that everything is reduced wattage.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what do these go for? $30? $40?
No, the cost varies. This is just one particular brand. It's available at Home Depot, Lowe's. I'm giving another company plugs here, but you can also get them through us or through Electrical Supply House. There's also other ways we can recommend. Motion detectors is one thing on the house, so that you're not leaving a light on 24 hours, or it happens. We have photocells that will operate from dusk till dawn.
Yep.
And the motion would only come on. We can have different settings for that. So that would be involved in security lighting on the exterior of the house as well.
Cool. And we're not talking about living in caves when we do this.
No, not at all. Not at all. Just, it is, we're into the new millennium here, and everybody has to chip in and part for the environment and to keep things going here. We all have to do our part.
Thanks, John. Everybody will be all abuzz after that episode. Thank you very much.
Also save a lot of money, Marty.
That's right. That's important. Next thing we'd like to talk about is the chamber auction that's coming up in April. Mm-hmm. And this auction is an annual event. Is this our 21st year?
23rd.
23rd year doing the Windsor auction. It's a fundraiser for the chamber, but it's a way to visit with lots of friends from town and have some great food, and also get some good deals on some awesome items.
We do. We get a lot of great items, and we also have 3 recipients this year which work along with us. Mm-hmm. One is Community Health Resources, the other is the Police Explorers, and the Windsor Education Foundation. So it brings in just a good crowd of people. Like you said, it's a great social and a lot of fun. We have the items that are over $200, mm-hmm. which are in the live auction, but my favorite, the silent auction, which starts at 6 o'clock, are items under $200, and there's probably between 150 and 200 items.
Right, we've been going for years. I try to keep that number away from my wife for the silent auction, but we've picked up some really great items. You can have, things, everything from vacations to pieces of furniture to lawn equipment to landscaping materials. We've had all kinds of services and products from local businesses.
Well, as you know, we're all running around trying to keep the auction moving, and one year I really wanted the mulch. And so they came running out, Jane, the mulch is up for auction. And I went out and I'm bidding on it, and there's someone down the other end bidding. Well, in the end, my husband comes up to me and says, honey, I'm sorry, but I missed out on the mulch. Someone overbid me. Well, guess who that was? So you got to be careful and know what you're doing and keep that number.
That's right.
But it is a lot of fun. It's April 13th, 6 o'clock at the Sheraton Bradley. In the airport, they do a great job. Again, it's a fun night, and we actually hope to offer this year a package deal. So if you want to go to the auction, it goes till about 10:30 or 11, and you want to stay the night, the Sheraton's going to work up overnight breakfast package for people attending the auction.
What we found in the last few years having at the Sheraton too is if there's not so hot weather, we get to park in their basement parking lot as part of the price.
Right.
And you just head right upstairs. So
and it's $30 a ticket, which is really reasonable. If you've ever been, the food is fantastic.
It is.
It's an open, it's not an open, it's a cash bar. And just, again, a lot of fun.
So hopefully we'll see a lot of you at the auction.
There. And if you want to donate,
Well, we're looking for two things.
Okay.
If you have items you'd like to donate for the auction, please contact us here at the Chamber.
Yep.
And then also, obviously, contact us here for tickets.
Thanks, Marty and Jane. Hi, I'm Jerry Wistrom. I'm here with Oz Griebel. Good morning.
Morning, Jerry.
Oz is the executive director of the Metro Hartford Alliance. And today we're going to find out all about what the Alliance is doing for Windsor, the region, us.
Great. It's a pleasure to have an opportunity to talk to the businesses and the residents of Windsor through this. The Metro Hartford Alliance is a regional organization. It was formed 5 years ago. It took a 200-year-old Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Hartford Chamber of Commerce, and merged it with the Capital Region Growth Council, which had been formed in the 90s to do economic development work. So we took those two organizations, the business, political, and civic community, put those two together in 2001. Our mission statement is that we're getting paid to see that this region competes as a premier place for all people to live, play, work, and raise a family. And compete in all of the operative words. We want to make sure that when we can talk as we go through this conversation about what competition means, but we're competing nationally and internationally for jobs, for capital, and for talent. And the beneficiaries are all people. We want to be known as a region that's welcoming to all people, of all ages, of all ethnicities, of all races, and that this is an area where they'll have an opportunity to earn a living, raise their family, create wealth for themselves, and have success. And the region, just generally for your listeners and viewers, is essentially about 35 towns. It's the 29 towns in CROG. So we run from
CROG is?
the Capital Region Council of Governments, and Windsor's part of that 29-town area.
I love the mission. How are we doing on it so far?
Well, it's an interesting thing. We all have different perspectives on this, but one of the concerns, I've lived in the area for about a little over a dozen years now, and one of the things I've learned both when I was with a bank, with what was then Bank of Boston, and more recently in the job with the Alliance, is this area is rich in many ways. It's rich in geography, it's rich in capital, it's many people doing very well here.
True.
The challenge that I think we have in this is just this attitudinal change of not understanding, I think, collectively what's on the horizon. All these geographies now are competing for things that maybe 20 years ago were being competed for only within our borders. So you only had to worry about Alabama maybe taking your jobs out, or Iowa taking your insurance jobs, or what have you.
Now it's Pakistan.
Today it's everybody. And obviously, the internet, the technology changes so much of what goes on. And so our concern and what we think we're getting paid to do is get ourselves to understand that the way life has worked around here economically, maybe for 200 years, is not necessarily the way we can afford to do it over the next 20 if we want our children and grandchildren to have the same opportunities that many of us have enjoyed. The whole idea that we've got governors, for example, coming into this state, calling on our businesses. In the past, it was easier, I think, for us to sit back and say, well, we're Connecticut, we're New England. No, we've got everything. And we do. We have extraordinary assets and resources. Our responsibility, those of us in leadership roles, is to ensure that those assets are here for the success of generations.
So let's talk about business growth in the region and specifically all the great things that have been going on in Windsor that I know you've been a part of. So go ahead and blow your horn a little bit on that.
Well, I think, well, first of all, I wouldn't want to blow our horn too loudly. I mean, Windsor's had tremendous leadership, both politically and business-wise, for a long time. Jane and the Chamber do a great job. You've got Al Ilg when he was there. I mean, you've got tremendous people and with a great vision of what you want at Windsor to be, and some great private sector partners that have been part of that from the outset. So I think the things that we do are more about how do we enhance what a Windsor does on a broader scale. So one of our jobs is to make sure that those companies or their agents understand what assets are here, what land is available, what kinds of infrastructure is available in the towns, and let those companies, either that they're here or they're coming into there, let them make their choices, but let them see the whole menu. Those are the kinds of things that we try to do to facilitate and enhance what leadership in a community like Windsor is doing so effectively.
So you're another layer of host to bring people in, show them the area, show them each town, and with your own knowledge of that, try and find the best fit for them.
Right,
Marvelous.
it is, and it's the thing I would say is I wouldn't want to be seen as a layer. I'd like to see us as a catalyst. We're blessed here in Connecticut to have a number of companies, many of them German, but from other European countries as well, that have been in this state using Connecticut as their launching pad into the United States markets.
Last thing I have to do is ask if you would process my investment in the region.
I'd be delighted to do
Thank
so,
you
Jim.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Jane, Marty,
Appreciate it.
back to you.
Now we'll go over to Grab a Bite with Paula Pierce. She's down at Bart's Drive-In on Palisado Avenue.
Hi, this is Paula Pierce for Grab a Bite. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're here at Bart's Drive-In Restaurant on Palisado Avenue, right by the Farmington River. And here's the famous Magic Grill. But there's a lot more to Bart's than just the grill. Let's find out more. I'm here now in the dining room at Bart's with Don Trinks, the manager of Bart's. How are you doing, Don?
Excellent, thank you.
Very good. I'm glad you could have us in today.
It's our pleasure. It's been great.
I'm going to be enjoying this root beer float any moment now, but let's talk a little bit about the restaurant. I know you've got the famous grill, but there's a lot more. There's the whole dining room. Can you tell us a little bit more about the restaurant?
Sure. We've got a full-service delicatessen, daily specials for soups. We have, for the healthier conscious, salads and things like that. But really, hamburgers, hot dogs, clams,
Curly fries,
steak sandwiches, just about everything.
Sounds great. And these are really good and hot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you have specials on a weekly basis?
Yeah, pretty much every day we may have a different special. Monday we usually have chop suey. Tuesday lasagna or pasta type of dish. Wednesdays our now famous shepherd's pie.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Meatloaf Thursdays. And again, every day we have a different soups, usually 2 during the winter.
Oh, that's great. Soup is perfect for the winter. Now, spring is coming, and you have certain events that you do on a seasonal basis, right?
Correct. Every Wednesday night, starting in May, we have our cruise nights, where we'll get anywhere between 50 and 75 antique cars out here.
Ooh.
And, you know, it's just very casual, very relaxed, and just a lot of fun. We do have trophies, but it's really more for just the getting together and having fun. And it's a very traditional thing.
And the oldies music always accompanies that?
We have DJ Jimmy Wayne with the oldies music, and and you know where we are by the river, you know, it's just a perfect backdrop for something like that.
I know that we come often for lunch outside by the river, and then if you just walk right under the bridge, you get to the Windsor walking trails.
Exactly, so you can walk off those curly fries
I
and root
try
beer float
to do
that you have. And then we do have it's a perfect access right to the river trail. So not only do you have the ability to sit by the river and watch the river while you eat, but you can walk and enjoy it even more.
That's great. And you also have other events and fundraisers throughout the year?
Yep. Last year we started doing a motorcycle night in cooperation with the Lions Club, and that was on Tuesday nights. So we had Tuesday nights for motorcycles, Wednesday night for cruise, and Monday nights we keep open for benefits.
Okay, so different civic groups and other organizations that raise money for good causes can come in.
Yeah, last year we had a whole different assortment from PTOs to church groups. We had Haley's, the young lady up in Ellsworth at the PTOs, banded together and had a fundraiser for it. The Molly Bish Foundation, Advil came down. We had guest chefs for the night.
Oh,
we had
that's
the
fun.
top 4 executives from Advil here.
We need to
so
see pictures of that.
they're up on our website.
Oh, okay.
Which,
And-
yeah, we are actually up on the web.
Okay, and what's your website address?
www.bartsdrivein.com.
Great.
And it'll have our specials on there, and it's got a lot of good photos from a lot of our events. The cruise nights are really kind of the staple, but
Those are
we're
pretty
expanding.
popular, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did. We had a karaoke night, and we had a fundraiser for Alex's Lemonade. And really, what I would encourage any civic group that wants to come down, basically what we do is we turn the premises over to the group, and they can do whatever means, games, prizes, things like that, to raise money for whatever their group
So
wants.
it sounds like they're all very unique. So every time you come to one of the, and the public is invited, I'm assuming, to all those
Always.
events.
Yeah, there's never an admission. There's no admission for the bike nights or the cruise nights or the benefits. And the benefits really have been very successful. We've had, like I said, hopefully we'll have Alex's back, because that's really an ongoing.
Oh, yeah.
Molly Bish's parents came down from Massachusetts last year, and they'd like to have another one this spring.
Oh, good.
And so there's all sorts of different, the Windsor JCs meet here on Tuesday nights during the summer.
And your menu is available during those events?
Always,
Okay.
always. And we've expanded a little. We're gonna try to get, we've got mozzarella sticks now. We're looking
One of my
into
favorites.
fried dough
Oh,
for the
geez.
summer.
All right, I'll be here
Yeah.
every Saturday for fried dough.
Yes,
How's that?
with arrows pointing to the river trail.
Yes, that's
So-
required. If you get the fried dough, you have to walk.
You have to walk the 1.7 mile river trail. So we've been very lucky. We're very appreciative. The town, we bought it, myself and Harry Freeman and George Roblin, my 2 partners, 2 years ago, February.
Oh.
And it's just been a great time, and the town has really come out and supported us.
And it's been over 60 years that Bart's has been here.
60 years. We celebrated our 60th anniversary last year.
Wow.
And yeah, when you look at the average restaurant, it usually goes out of business in 5 to 7 years.
Right. It's amazing, really, the longevity.
Well, in the Dillon family, there's still a very active part here. And Bob can walk in and just brighten up the room.
I know my mom went to school in, hi Mom, are you watching? I'm talking about you. Used to come in with her girlfriends, in the late 50s, early 60s, and come in for a soda and that kind of thing, just like I'm doing now. Little tribute for you.
There's a lot of stories. We just recently had an engagement
Oh, really?
where the couple met here on cruise night.
Oh, cute.
So I suggested they had their reception here, but
No.
it's probably going to be, well, we can seat about 80 people, but their wedding is probably going to be a little larger than
Oh,
that.
too bad. That would have been a great thing to have here. And photos. I want to see that, too.
Well, we do, there's a lot of other things. We have outside catering that we do. We can block off this room for an indoor party. We had a 50th birthday party here
Okay.
where they actually brought a tent.
Apropos for the longevity of the restaurant.
Exactly. So yeah, we're always willing to kind of think out of the box and do stuff like that. But really, our
Great.
catering has been wonderful. The corporate businesses in town have been great to us. Have thought of us for the holidays and actually, throughout the year.
That's great. Well, good. There's a lot more to Bart's than meets the eye, I've found out.
Not just a hot dog stand.
No, I know. There's so much more. So please come down, and thanks, Don, for having us in today. It's
Thank
been great.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Paula.
My pleasure.
I'm sitting here with Police Explorer Carly DeVito, and we're going to learn a little bit today about what goes on with the Windsor Police Explorers. Thank you for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Now, Carly, tell me a little bit about yourself, like how old are you, and how did you get involved with the Police Explorers?
Well, my name is Carly. I'm 16 years old. I go to Windsor High, and I'm a junior. And I first joined Explorers because my cousin was in the program, so it kind of sparked my interest. And then I was like, oh, I wonder what law enforcement's like. And so I wanted to kind of get an experience in that. And so that's pretty much why I joined.
Great, and how long have you been doing it?
This is my 6th year.
6th year. So if you're 16, you're starting around your 10, 11. So what is the age group for Police Explorers?
Anyone who's between the ages of 11 and 20 can join. And once you graduate high school, we have a senior explorer program where you don't have to dedicate as much time because you're going to college and stuff, but it just gives them a chance to still stay involved and still be around.
Okay. Now, do you go with, like the police have, do you have ranks?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we have 1 captain, 2 lieutenants, 4 sergeants, and then all the rest of our explorers. So
And what's your rank?
I'm currently captain.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, on a year-to-year basis, what are some of the activities you guys are involved with?
Well, we do traffic and safety patrol at the Shad Derby. When Summer Wind was going on, we did the same thing there. We volunteer at basically like the town events. We work at the Buick Open.
Oh, really?
And then we also attend the Explore Police Academy every year, which we kind of get to be, like, have more of an insight to the field of law enforcement. So
And out of those events, which would you say is your favorite?
the Police Academy is definitely my
Oh, yeah.
favorite, yeah.
Get to really see how they do things out there. Now, who runs the local group?
Officer Petkus is our liaison officer. He's in charge of the entire program.
Okay, and then my understanding is you have some other volunteer adults as well?
Yep, we have 6 advisors altogether.
That's great. How does someone decide they might want to have membership? Is there criteria for joining?
Yep, they have to be between the ages of 11 and 20, and they have to completed their first marking period of the 6th grade without any D's or F's, because we have to keep our grades up, and they also have to be a resident of Windsor unless their town doesn't have a similar Explorer program, then they can join our post.
And about how many members are there in your post?
Right now we have 46.
That seems like a lot. Is that big or small compared to other towns that you've run into?
It's definitely a lot larger.
So it's a very successful program here in Windsor. Well, it sounds like it. Are there any ideals that you strive for as far as being a police explorer?
Well, when I first joined the program, I thought I might want to go into law enforcement, like be maybe a patrol officer, but I think now it's just broadened my knowledge of like the field of law enforcement. I don't know if that's still what I want to do, but it was definitely like a great opportunity for me to experience it.
That's great. Now, if I was a 6th grader and I wanted to join, who would I contact or how would I get involved?
You contact Officer Petkus at 688-4545 and then extension 166.
Okay. And if I wanted more information, go to the police department or is there a website?
Oh, we have a website. It's www.windsorpoliceexplorers.org.
Okay. Well, what we'd like to tell our members is we're going to actually put that as a link to the Chamber website. So if you don't remember the website you just read off, you can go right to the Chamber website and link through. And I'd like to thank you for visiting with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Something that we have that's being offered here in the Chamber for the new year is a Windsor calendar. They're all images of Windsor, and it's by a local artist, Peter Falk. It's really great. It's all pictures taken in Windsor with little writings about it, like the Moxie soda from up at the little Pequannock shop, birdhouses, the barns, etc. It's $15 and $5 goes towards education.
Okay.
And I have to mention, the reason it's so affordable is because Printing Express has donated. It's at cost. They print it at cost. So it's just really great. And Peter just wanted to, show some of his art and do something for Windsor and education. And
There's
it's
some
just really
familiar
good.
sites there with the, with the bridge and the Farmington. I think my favorite though is, I don't know if you'll be able to get to it, would be the baseball game. He's got a photo in here that is very similar to a Norman Rockwell painting.
Yeah, I don't know if the audience could see it on camera.
So they
but it's
need to
awesome.
come down here to the Chamber to get it.
Absolutely.
Right, so if you want to see
absolutely.
this picture, I'm telling you, you got to see it. It's down here at the Chamber office.
Chamber office. And again, it's only $15, $5 towards education, and the other $10 is the cost of the calendar.
Right.
So please come on down.
Our next segment is going to be our business beat.
Hi there. This is Jerry Wistrom, and I'm sitting in for Gloria today. I have the absolute pleasure of being with Michelle LaBrosse from Cheetah Learning. Hi there.
Hey Jerry, it's great to be here.
It is.
Have you ever heard of Forrest Gump?
Yes, actually I have.
You know what Forrest Gump said? He said life is like a box of chocolates.
Actually, he didn't. He said, life's like a box of chocolates. He said it more like that.
Oh, he said that like that. Well, at Cheetah Learning we say, life is like a bunch of projects.
Tell me more.
Well, if you think about your life, it really is just a series of projects. You have the project of going to college, getting some type of profession. You usually have the project of getting a career, and when you're in that career, you have a number of projects. If you buy a home, that's a project as well. So your life is really just a series of projects. The more successful you are doing those projects, the more successful you are in life. Cheetah Learning created a way to learn project management in one day. So our mission at Cheetah Learning is to help the people who go through Cheetah Learning be the most successful people on the planet. Now, I'm an aerospace engineer. Right now, I'm just working on this planet. But if we get to other universes, our goal will be to help people become the most successful people in the universe.
I'm still hung up on something. Project management in a day. People spend lives, careers just doing project management. Tell me how you get them.
Okay, well, there's 4 levels of learning. What Cheetah Learning does is we specialize in accelerated learning. People really can learn project management in a day if they're taught correctly. Now, if you look at levels of learning, if this is just intuitive, first people develop awareness. That's when you become aware. Like right now, you're probably becoming aware of project management. Wow, what is that? Then there's knowledge, and that's like what you collect in college classes. Now, awareness and knowledge really isn't worth a lot. It's only worth something when you apply it.
Yeah.
And that's skills. Now, skills is application of knowledge, but mastery, which is the next level, is when you can apply those skills consistently and develop outstanding results. What Cheetah Learning does is we take people through the skills and mastery level and help them master a very simple technique for doing project management in one day. Now, 99% of life is the basics. And we teach 99% of what you need to know to be very successful doing project management in one day. It's called Cheetah Project Management. Now, there's a global governing council for project managers called the Project Management Institute. It's worldwide.
Okay.
The Project Management Institute developed a credential for project managers called the Project Management Professional Certification Exam. A lot of knowledge. They have a project management body of knowledge that's now a standard document. It's called an ANSI standard worldwide.
Okay.
It's about 240 pages. The Project Management Institute developed a certification exam that tests people's knowledge in project management. Now, before Cheetah came on the scene, it took people 6 months to study for this exam. 40% of them were failing. I looked at the information and the knowledge they were trying to get across and the skills that people needed to master to successfully pass that exam. We were able to create a program for people to do it in 4 days. We're the largest provider worldwide for people to become certified as project managers. People spend 4 days in our courses. We teach about 15 classes all over the world every single week. We have a facility in Windsor that does it once a month. We actually have a class going on right now. 98% of those people in that class will pass the exam tomorrow. We have the highest pass rate in the industry, and we use accelerated learning to do that. Now, our goal is to help these people then go on and learn how to apply that knowledge to skills and mastery so they become very, very successful in their field. We're very good at it. The 2 most important skills for people to be successful on an ongoing basis in life is to know how to get things done, which is to do project management, and to know how to work with other people to get what it is they want, which is negotiation skills. And we're very good at teaching those skills to a level of mastery in one day. We also have a wide variety of online classes that people take, and they do the activities in their work environment to develop a high level of mastery in the program.
Tell us about what you can do for local businesses and the target market inside Windsor.
All right, well, local businesses need project management, probably even more than larger businesses. Let me just give you an example of a small business owner that ran a small environmental consulting business. He had about 3 people who worked for him. His name was Elijah. I was doing a volunteer project at the school, and I met Elijah's wife, and we were talking about project management. She said, Elijah does projects all day long. He runs this environmental consulting company, and he could really benefit from this. And I said, well, have Elijah talk to me. We talked, and I said, I think, Elijah, you could get certified as a project management professional. We helped him fill out the eligibility application with Project Management Institute. He came into our class on Monday, and on Friday he was certified as a project manager. Then Elijah took our certification program called the Environmental Project Management Certificate because he wanted to develop the skills to apply that knowledge. He went through it. By June, he had finished the program. Elijah emails me in August a spreadsheet of his projects. And I noticed at the bottom the value of his projects was $750,000. When I started working with Elijah in March, his business was at $250,000. So what Cheetah does is for people who don't want to attend a public course or they don't have the time, they can do it online. They can learn all of the techniques online. They can go to cheetahlearning.com, take the Cheetah Project Management course, take the negotiations course. Those two skills alone will really boost up their business. I've been a small business owner since 1987. Now, learning project management and learning negotiations helped me take my business out of the small business realm. I was profiled in Rich Dad, Poor Dad Success Stories. I was just nominated as one of the most influential women in project management worldwide. I've been on CNBC with Norman Schwarzkopf's show. It's absolutely amazing when you get the right skills in your business, how you can really take it to the next level.
Any last thoughts that you want to give the audience that I didn't ask you?
Well, my last parting words to the audience is decide how successful you want to be. We can help you get there.
I got that. Jane, back to you.
Thank you, Christine. It's always great to hear what's about Windsor's past, and it's just such a great town.
And we're so lucky to have the historical society that we have.
Yeah, they do a very good
down
job
there. You should go and visit if you haven't already.
And speaking of our history, let's talk about visiting Windsor.
Again, we have the visitor center here. Many people come to pick up information for family that's coming. We send off all over the United States to schools where kids write and ask for information on Connecticut, and Windsor being the first town. Mm-hmm. And we just had the new 2007 Visitor's Guide come out, which can be picked up here in the Chamber office. And it has everything that's going on in the River Valley, Connecticut. And Windsor's in here with our attractions and things to do, but also the whole greater Hartford area, including restaurants, places to visit, etc. So, if you're interested in going out and about, come in and pick one up and it'll help you. We also have a stand out in the hall, Marty, that has, when we get the snow, all the ski areas in New England.
It's been a tough year for that.
It has been a tough year for snow. And I know it's like not the thing to say, but I miss having snow. I wish we could have some for all our ski areas and for kids to play in, etc.
You know why there's no snow this year?
No, I don't.
Because I actually had gotten my snowblower ready this year for the first time. So.
I know, and my son bought a ski pass, season ski pass, and it's like, everybody was on the ball and it didn't. But anyways, so we do have all that information here, so stop by, browse, anything we do. We have maps of Windsor, maps of the state of Connecticut, so there's no reason to get bored.
That's right. Well, we'd like to thank you for visiting with us today, and we look forward to seeing you next month.